Now, you've seen her on Loose Women, Strictly Come Dancing. She helped launch Celebrity Big Brother. I think we can thank you for that. And I first came across her playing Lindsay Corkill in Brookside. She plays Ruby in Shout. Please welcome Claire Sweeney. And when you sing Shout, you give Lulu a good run for her money, don't you?
Absolutely, you have to belt it out. It's not a song that you can sing lightly, really.
It's a heck of a song.
It is. It's a big song to sing, and I have to sing it twice in the show. Open the second act with it, and then close the show with it.
This is a musical about the 60s. You weren't even born in the 60s.
No, but I grew up listening. My mum used to go to the Cavern when she was a teenager, and she used to knock around with the Beatles and Jerry and the Pacemakers. So I grew up listening to all these stories of tales my mum used to tell me about bunking off school and going to the Cavern. And
Did she date any of them?
No, she went out with them. Who did she go out with? I think one of Jerry and the Pacemakers she went out with.
Yeah.
I call him Uncle.
But the 60s is an era which, well, have you learnt anything from doing this musical about the 60s?
Yeah, how un-PC it was. You know, we talk about the birth pill, we talk about, how women should stay at home. 60s was when things started to change, when people's views started to become freer. So we delve into all that, and the commercials for cigarettes and stuff. I mean, they wouldn't do that now, would they?
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? About the idea it's almost healthy to have a fag.
Yeah.
Makes you look
and he
virile.
says, ladies, if you want to keep your figures, just smoke cigarettes and drink coffee.
The other thing I was very impressed with all the girls is I've often watched actresses on stage, and when they get into the 60s, because they're so used nowadays to wearing trousers, they don't know how to hold their legs together. They don't know how to sit. Sorry, do we have a problem with this, ladies and gentlemen? Do we? But on stage last night, terrific.
I think we have to. Because bearing in mind also people are sitting lower than us, so, they can get a full bird's eye view unless we're quite careful.
And you are very careful.
We have to be.
Because I look closely. What do you think of those fashions, though? Really?
I love them. I mean, they're not very forgiving. They are on the stomach because they're all quite A-lines, so you can have a little bit of a tummy. But your legs, you've got to be pretty trim.
It's a celebration of women in the 60s, really, isn't it?
It is, and, we've got great singers in the show. Sue Parlado, you'll meet later, is sensational. She absolutely steals the show with You're My World. And we've got Shona White, who played Elphaba in Wicked in the West End. We've got Donna Steele, who played Millie in Thoroughly Modern Millie. So we've got a really talented group of girls singing great songs. And you're not thinking about buying a house in Nottingham, are you? I love Nottingham. I absolutely love it. Now's the time to buy, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It really is. Well, we have 2 pantomimes. I've done 3 pantomimes here. 3? Yep, I did one when I was 19. What was that one? It was with Peter Howard and... No, it wasn't. It was with Madge from Neighbours and Charleston. Oh, right. Yeah, I think it was 18 or 19. Yeah. So that's 3 pantomimes. And it was Cinderella, yeah. You weren't Cinderella, though, were you? No. What were you then? I was the principal boy. What? Buttons? No, not Buttons. Principal boy, Prince Charming. Prince Charming. Yeah. Of course. And then I did Guys and Dolls here as well. Yes. So, Nottingham for me is like a second home. I love it. Yeah, it was very good, Guys and Dolls. Yeah. It's a great show. So you play all sorts of different parts. This is a totally different part yet again. A goodie and a baddie in the pantomime. Then you play, Miss Adelaide? Miss Adelaide, yeah. And then this character is Ruby. And her opening speech is, my name's Ruby. I'm a good time girl. I'm all about enjoying life, me. I'm not bothered about finding Mr. Right. I'm perfectly happy making do with Mr. Right here, right now. More from Claire Sweeney in a moment. It's 17 minutes past 2. Downtown from Petula Clark. And that's another song that comes from the musical Shout. You're going to have to shout. They're all not behaving themselves. Chatting away, aren't they? Claire Sweeney's back on. You can relax again. That's it. That's more like it. Thank you. Now, what about... I don't know where to go first with you because you're a presenter, you're an actress, you're a singer. What do you like best? I enjoy it all, to be honest, but I love live theatre because you get that instant response from the audience, which is nice. Yeah.
You've done a lot for charity as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm involved in a few different charities. I'm patron of a children's hospice called Clare House, and I'm quite involved with several AIDS charities as well.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, the AIDS side of it. Kate and I were over in Africa a couple of years ago, and we were shocked at the AIDS situation over HIV and AIDS.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. People are in denial as well, but the awareness, in a way, is higher over there than it is over here. Because here it was kind of, I don't want to go on about it, but it was kind of an 80s thing, which was very high profile at the time, and nowadays people don't seem to acknowledge it, or it's not, a prominent charity, should we say, or a prominent disease. But in Africa it still is.
You've been over yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been over several times to Africa and done charity work over there.
Another bit of your work. How many of you, there's not many, who sort of go back to the days of Vera Lynn? Oh, there are a few, look. You realise in front of you have the new forces, sweetheart, don't you?
Well, I did. I went to entertain the troops. I sang Dubai, Oman, Germany, Cyprus, and I was the first entertainer into Afghanistan, which was quite good. And then through that, I was asked to sing at the Horse Guards Parade, for the VE Day celebrations and the VJ Day. I'll tell you a lovely little story. I was singing live on television, and... I was singing live on television, and it was with the BBC Concert Orchestra. It was for all the war veterans, and the Queen came up on stage at the end, and she came up with Prince Philip, and apparently he's got a bit of a roving eye, Prince Philip, or he had a roving eye. And we're live on television. I shake hands with the Queen. Oh, lovely. She stands in front of me. He leans over and he says to me, nice dress. And his wife is stood in front of me, the Queen of England, live on television. I was like, my goodness, I couldn't believe it.
What did you say back to him?
I just went red, I think. And then we were on television, it was a bit of a flirt.
What was it like in Afghanistan? I mean, the conditions, it looks absolutely horrendous over there.
The conditions are better now, apparently. When I was there, the boys were saying they felt like boys and girls were saying they felt like the forgotten army. They didn't have showers, they didn't have many facilities. They were using plastic bags full of water to wash themselves and stuff. And they were trying to build all the facilities around them. So that was 2002, I think, 2002, 2003. So I'm sure now it's more developed.
I bet they were pleased to see you.
Yeah, it was a real insight, because my brother was in the army, so it was a real insight into army life, day-to-day life in the army. It was an eye-opener.
So Shout, the musical's on. It's in one more week and then it's all over.
Yeah, we've been at it since January. We've been on the road since January. And I'll tell you what's been lovely, travelling England, because normally when I get time off work I like to go to Mallorca or somewhere, but with this show it's been taking us all over the country, and I've been down to Cornwall, to Torquay, to Devon, and it's been really beautiful.
Next week Brighton
next week, yeah.
This week Nottingham.
Yes.
Now this is becoming quite a home for you, isn't it?
It is. As I said, I've done 3 pantos here in Guys and Dolls, so I love Nottingham.
So what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I've just been shopping.
I knew that, really.
Yeah. And I went into the shop and the girl recognised me from last time I was here. Next thing she came out with a rack full of clothes for me. I said, I've got to be on the radio at 2:00. So you've saved me some money, thank you.
We'll divvy it up later. What else do you get up to when you're over here?
I'm going to go to a World Service, which is a gorgeous restaurant here. Take my friend there for dinner. Just have a wander around, really. I just like the town, the city centre.
Well, Claire, we love you having you here as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.